Hello class, my name is Andrea Valdez and I'm going to be telling you the story of Hercules. Hercules is a Greek and Roman mythology story. Hercules has always been known as the best hero in all of Greek and Roman mythology. According to the legend, Hercules' father was Zeus, and Zeus was the ruler of all gods in Mount Olympus and all of the mortals on earth. His mother was Alcmene, the granddaughter of another hero, Perseus. Perseus was known for killing the snake-tailed Medusa. Um, anyway, unfortunately for Hercules, he became the enemy of many gods, especially to Hera, the wife of Zeus. When Hera found out that Zeus's mistress was pregnant, she flew into a jealous rage. She made it her mission to ruin Hercules. She used her supernatural powers to prevent him from becoming the ruler of Maxenia when he was a baby. Then once Hercules was born, she sent two snakes to strangle him when he was in his crib. However, because Hercules possessed the power of strength and fearlessness, Hercules strangled the snakes before they could strangle him. And as time, Hera failed in this mission. So, as Hercules became a young adult, Hera was still not happy of Hercules being Zeus' son. So when Hercules found married and had a family of two, she decided to cast a spell on him that would make him temporarily cause him to become insane and caused him to murder his wife and all of his two children. Heartbroken because of what he had done, Hercules tracked down Apollo. Apollo is another of Zeus' son, the god of truth and healing. Once Hercules found Apollo, he begged him to punish him for what he had done to his family. But Apollo, being a god, knew that the crime that he had committed was not his fault. Because everybody around Olympus knew that Hera was no secret. That it was not a secret that Hera was vengeful of Hercules. So Apollo insisted for Hercules to make amends, and Hercules agreed. And Apollo ordered him to perform 12 tasks in order for him to be amended. And these 12 labors were for the Maximian king Eurystheus. And once all of the 12 labors were completed, Hercules would be absolved of all his guilt and achieve immortality. So the first task was for him to kill a lion that was terrorizing the people of a town. So what Hercules did was trap the lion in a cave and strangled him. And once he strangled him, he wore the lion as a cloak for the rest of his life. For the second task, he had to travel to the city of Lerna to slay a 9-headed hydra, a poisonous snake, who lived underworld that guarded the entrance of the underworld. Hercules defeated the snake by beheading all 9 heads and burning each one of the heads to prevent him from growing back out. Now the third task was for him to capture the secret pet of goddess Diana, a red deer with gold antlers and hooves. For this task, all Hercules had to do was ask Diana, for she understood the circumstances of his task. So she allowed him to capture the deer and return him back. And, once she gave him to him, once he captured it, he promised to return the deer back to her, in which he did. So the fourth task, Hercules had to capture a man-eating boar, which he captured using a giant net. And then quest number 5 was for him to, this task was for him to be humiliated and something that was impossible for him to do. He had to clean all the animals' manure in a King Aegeus' enormous stables in one day. When Hercules was able to complete this task by diverting 2 nearby rivers that flushed all the manure from the stables. And the sixth task. So the sixth task was for him he had to travel to the town of Stymphalus and drive away a huge flock of carnivorous birds that had taken over the town's trees. For this quest, the goddess Athena offered him aid, and she gave him a pair of magical bronze crotalus, also known as clappers. This instrument makes noise. This instrument was not liked by the birds that the instrument made, so that noise frightened the birds and the birds flew away. For the seventh task, he had to capture a rampaging bull that had impregnated the wife of a island's king. The wife gave birth to a miniature, a creature that was half body. Half of the body was a human body, and the head was a bull. When Hercules drove the bull back into Eurystheus, when he captured this bull, he took the bull to Eurystheus, the king of Messenia, which he released it into, and when he was given to Eurystheus, he released it into the streets of Marathon. So that was complete. So he completed task number 7. So task number 8, Hercules had to capture 4 men-eating horses. Once he captured them, he brought them to Eurystheus, who decided to give the horses to his mom, Hera, which she set free. Okay, so task number 9. Task number 9 was for him to steal an armor belt from the Amazonian queen, Hippolytus. So at first, the queen Hippolytus agreed to give him the belt without a fight, because Hercules explained the reason for his task and what he was there for. So the Amazonian queen agreed to just hand him over the belt. But Hera wasn't happy about this, because she thought that she would want to kill him, Hercules, because she was trying to take that armor belt. But it wasn't the case. This enraged Hera, so what Hera did was she disguised herself as an Amazonian warrior and spread a rumor that Hercules was there to kill her. And because of this rumor, the queen decided to kill Hercules. But for her own luck, Hercules actually killed her. And this way, she was able to beat her and take and rip off her belt from her body. So the task number 9 was completed. So for task number 10, he had to steal a cattle of a 3-headed and 6-legged monster, which Hercules fought, and of course he took the cows away from him and he sent him off to Eurystheus. And task number 9 was completed. So now 10 was completed. So task number 11, he was to steal Hera's wedding gift to Zeus, a set of golden apples that were guarded by a group of nymphs. This task was very difficult because he had to break into Mount Olympus. But as always, Hercules was able to steal the apples. And once he was able to show them to Eurystheus, Hercules decided to return them back to the garden where he had taken them from. So he pretty much just put him back. And task number 11 was done. So for the final task, Hercules was to kidnap the Cerberus. That was the 3-headed dog that was guarding the doors of the underworld of Hades, the doors of Hades. Because Hercules was so strong, he was able to wrestle and fight the 3-headed dog and take him to Eurystheus. And he rode the dog to Eurystheus, and Eurystheus saw him and agreed that he completed the task. And once he had already finalized the task, he took the dog back, the 3-headed dog, back to Eurystheus, to the underworld, and put him back unharmed. So now, completed all the 12 tasks, Hercules was dissolved from his guilt, and these 12 tasks were not all of the tasks that he had completed throughout his life. He had many accomplishments. One was rescuing the Prince of Troy and fighting for the control of Mount Olympus. But Hercules died, and when Hercules died, Athena carried him in her chariot, and took him She took him to Mount Olympus, and according to the legend, he spent the rest of his life, or rest of eternity, with the gods. And this is the end of the story. Thank you very much.